Welcome to
What's
Mesh.
up, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? I am so excited. It's I don't even know what time it is right now. 7:33 actually, PST, and we have a pretty awesome guest coming on today. So I can't wait till she gets on. Until then, make sure that you guys get on our website, and it'll give you all the details about everything that's happening with the launch. I think she's here now. She's coming on, and our website. There she is. Whoa! How's
Hey!
it going? That is so
What's
awesome.
up? Thursday night.
I know,
Hey.
right? Thursday night. It's time to party. I hear you.
It's a party. Listen.
Yes.
Listen. We're still alive. We're still
I know.
here.
That's so true. So true. We got so much to be thankful for.
So much to be thankful
yeah.
for. Gosh.
Yeah, we do.
Right?
Yeah, we do. Yes.
Hi, boo.
How are you?
Lord
It's
James on
always good to
Mesh.
see you because you've got
Lord James on Mesh.
you've got this
What?
energy.
Let's get a
Like,
crunk up in here. Everyone needs to know about this.
absolutely. How can we put you in a pill so we can take this every day and have this much energy every day in life? How can we do this?
You know, you just gotta like have the joy in your heart.
That is so awesome.
I'm just crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You're just amazing. That's what it is.
Thank you, sweetheart. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing good. You know, we've been getting ready to launch Mesh, and you know, we've been working on that. So obviously that's, you know, anybody who's an entrepreneur who's out putting out their own brand, you guys know what it takes. You guys know the hard work that it takes to get the job done. And it's no different here.
Yeah. And morning to night.
Yeah. And it's funny, you know, I talking about this, maybe we just dive right into this. As a creative, as an artist, you are your own business. You are your own entrepreneur.
Right.
Like you've got some gigs in the bag that you have done, some very nice ones, and you've been able to maintain as a businesswoman in the industry. We want to dive into that. If you don't mind, I want to ask you all kinds of questions about this stuff.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Yeah. So like, tell us, for you, like, what has that been for you to be able to, most people get in the business and they get scared and jump out. Why have you stayed in?
Well, first of all, I mean, I love it. Number one, it's crazy, but I love it. And somehow I don't let the crazy make me crazy.
Yeah.
So there's just, I don't know, it's just knowing how to navigate. It's a mental thing. A lot of things that I tell some of my clients and artists that I work with that I'm helping to produce is, if you don't have the mental capacity to navigate and go through some of the stuff without getting crazy and seeing things for what they are and being clear-headed, you'll never make it. Ever. So I think for me, I do love it. I love the music business. It's crazy. And I'm also just able to somehow stay focused. And also not just being focused, but like being able to really know what's really real, what's not real, sensing the bullshit. You know, you got to navigate the people and peep that, who's the BS and who's not. And you intuitively, your intuition starts to guide you through certain situations and scenarios. And I'm also, I listen. A lot of artists, some artists don't listen because it's me.
Yeah.
Listen, pay attention to what's happening in a meeting. Pay attention to who's speaking and what is the vibe. Pay attention, listen. And I don't know, I am one of those people, like I love all aspects of this business because I know that it takes an army to do anything. And I love, I've always been really good at putting people together. Like, I'm like, this person should work with this person. And so I don't know, I just love the whole energy and I love the whole vibe. And I'm
Yeah.
also, I'm, I think in another way, and I hope I'm answering the question. I feel like I've
Yeah.
gotten a little bit esoteric here,
Nah, it's
but
good.
you have to be brave. You got to be brave. You got to know when to speak up. You got to know when to say, hey, that's right. Oh, that's not right. you
Yeah.
know so I
Yeah.
don't know. I just feel like maybe it's my upbringing, how I was raised with my parents, my father being a federal judge. Like I don't know, I feel like I'm smart, but so I think, you know what I mean, all of those
Yeah.
things kind of
Yeah.
answer the question. I think got a little.
Do Do you think that throughout the course of time, like when you started your musical career to now, do you think you've honed being able to you've honed that skill of being able to discern what's in the room, that what's in people, like their motives? Has that improved for you, or
Oh,
how?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
But the funny thing is like, and I'm going to say 100% because, I've gotten older and wiser, but I have to tell you, I have a friend of mine. She's in her early 20s, and I was working on a project with her and her mom and someone else. And when she was 14, she called out one of our partners. We had a partner that went bad, that went rogue. And she was like, from the beginning, she's like, I don't like that woman. And she ended up being a really terrible woman and did some terrible things, business wise.
yeah,
So I don't think that means you have to have age and be in the
mm,
business for a long time. I think all of us have an inner voice. Every single day, you're like, you hear this good voice. Oh, I like this person. This feels
yeah,
good. Fuck this guy. I don't like this
yeah,
person. And
yeah,
you have to listen
yeah,
and trust which one to listen to. And that is on you. No one
yeah,
can really teach you that. It's just, we all have that inner voice. It's like, man, I don't like this person. I get a bad vibe. I really like this
yeah.
person. You have to learn how to listen to that.
Yeah. You know
So
what's funny? And for me, like I remember, I re and speak to this because I remember that being younger, my ambition, the voice of ambition for me was louder than the voice of intuition for me. So
mm.
I would go for that. And
You
that's
gotta
why I
write.
made a,
Wait, you need to write that sentence down tonight. My voice of ambition was bigger than my voice of intuition.
we're gonna come out with
I'm
all kinds of
serious.
t-shirts
You
and
need to
merch.
write that down, man.
Yeah, well, I remember that it was, and that caused me a lot of mistakes. You know, you make a lot of mistakes when you're looking or when you're functioning under not wanting to hear what you're saying because you know that decision within you, you know in there somewhere it's the
Right.
wrong decision, but because I'm getting older, if this is the only opportunity that I have in front of me, this is what I have to do right now, nothing else is there, then you go for it, and that's the wrong decision, and it ended up being the wrong decision. I learned in every situation, but
Mm-hmm.
it ended up being the wrong decision for me at that point in time. So how do you cross that line from having all that ambition and I can do anything and all of that to making sensible decisions where you start listening to yourself now?
Yeah, you start listening to yourself. And I think for me, even though I have been in this business for a long time, and I've certainly been very ambitious, I still am ambitious, but I never was like, I want to be a star so bad that I would lose sense of reality.
Hmm.
I never had that feeling. Maybe that's one of my problems because I've done a lot of things, but certainly
Yeah.
there's definitely setbacks and there's failures and I've made bad decisions. I don't want to sit here and pretend that I haven't.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's always a side of me that's just kind of practical. There's a practical side of me. I mean, I'm just a very like, I live on a budget. I do this. I save my money, and I'm like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
kind of a practical person.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think ambition is imperative in this life. If you live in America, I think if you're not ambitious about something and really want something and believe in something, you kind of have to have that drive in a capitalistic
Yeah.
society. I mean, look at your
Yeah.
project. You've dedicated all this time to this amazing thing that's about to launch. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
And you're going to serve so many people. It's going to help so
Thank
many
you.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think you need ambition. And then I think we all just need like we all need to have a practical side of things, you know? So it's, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just gonna say hi really quick. Rolando's on. Our friend that we both know, Miss Hasna, is on. Yeah,
Hasna, my girl.
she's on. Lanisha's on. Yeah, we got some really cool people. You guys, please wave, say hi. We definitely want to
Hey,
know.
everybody. Look at all these
Keith,
awesome
yeah,
folks.
Keith just waved. Yeah, some really cool people here. So thank you guys for joining in. I'm gonna stop really quick. Make sure you guys check out our website, themeshcollective.com, so that you can check out all the latest and the greatest with what's happening with Mesh. We have our launch coming up, so please, please, please. Hassan said at 6:45 a.m. there where she is. Wow, it's kind of early.
Girl, go back.
You hear me? That's early. Stephanie Kill, she's on. So you guys, thank you. Yeah. So let's start at the beginning when you first got inspired. Who inspired you to want to be on stage, to sing, to do what you're doing?
Well, I've been doing it, I mean, pretty much my whole entire life. It is in me. This is something that called me rather than the other way around. I think
Mm-hmm.
for me, you know, and I grew up listening to, like, I was influenced by artists, you know, and I would listen to, back then it was the radio, and I was doing theater and stuff. But I think what inspired me to pursue this is I found freedom in the world of creativity, whether it was music or, you know, I used to dance or I was in the theater. Like, I really just, it's like an alternate universe. It's an alternate universe. It's not reality, and there's a freedom there. I found peace there, but I never lost sense of reality. Even when I was a little kid, like I never like got lost in that non-reality thing. So I think that just that creativity, and I was able to be in that zone, and just the creative juices, whether it was writing poetry or writing songs or playing piano when I was a kid, and just doing theater and dance. That just motivated me. And then, you know, when I was 10, I was in an opera company, and, you know, when I was young, I had people starting to tell me, oh, you know, you're pretty good. You're good. You can do this. I remember when I was 10 years old, I was in an opera company, and the director was from New York, and I was playing, like, I was in the opera Carmen. So I was like the lead Moorish child. Okay. So I had all these little bits, and I'd run across the stage. You know, I sang in the choir. I think I had like 2 little lines, like little solos, but, you know, but I was like the lead kid. I was like in every scene, and I would run across the stage and point, and I was doing all this stuff. And I remember the director saying to me, and mind you, that's an opera, so that's not pop music, that's not even theater, but it was my first gig, one of my first professional gigs. And I remember the director saying to me, you know, you're really good. You know, you can do this. You can actually do this.
Yeah. And
so those couple of people along the way, those really formidable years when you really looked up to adults and, you know, the authority, and, you know, these directors and people that, you know, a few people that I had a chance to work with when I was young, I was like, you know, you would listen, you're like, wow, you know. So from there, I mean, you know, I wasn't raised in this digital world. I'm of the other generation. Hello, but I look good. Okay.
Right.
You would think I was over here drinking, but I'm not. Are you? Okay.
Not at all. No.
He's like, I got too much work to do.
Listen, I'm looking around like, where is it? But no, I don't have it.
You can go up to, wait, just the wall behind you.
Right.
Right. No. So I mean, I would watch television, and the radio and things like that. The internet wasn't, you know, I didn't grow up with the internet. So, I mean, there were definitely artists that I emulated, that I wanted to be like, but really I was raised listening to music, not looking at music, you know, now the generation now, they're looking at music. They don't listen to it. You know, you put the YouTube on in the living room and you watch the videos all day. So a little bit different, a little bit of a different texture, you know, and it's all valid. It's all valid. You know, if I was born, you know, 15 years ago, I'd be raised with all of this stuff. So, so yeah, just kind of, you know, just what motivated me to want to be good was just loving music, loving creativity, loving being in the performing arts, because I did theater, I did dance, and then I wanted to be better at it, and I wanted to study, and I went to school for it. So it was a variety of things that kind of molded my inspiration to continue on, you know, and pursue stuff.
Yeah, and you've done some pretty amazing, I'll call them gigs, but really they've been experiences as well for you. So name drop for us some of the biggest names that you've worked with in the industry.
Well, of course, most people know me because I toured off and on with Enrique Iglesias for a very long time. Started many years ago. I was hired to sing a duet with him, which was the duet that he recorded with Whitney Houston. So it was a real song that was real singing, you know, a tough song, and a really great feature at the time. He's got a lot of great duets, but that to this day I still think is the best, because I'm sorry, it's Whitney Houston.
It's Whitney Houston, man.
I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says. It's Whitney Houston.
You gotta apologize. You're right.
Yeah. So I'm known for that, but I also have done a lot of the things. Like you know, I grew up I mean, hey, might as well say it. When the Black Eyed Peas weren't even stars yet, you know, they didn't even have a deal yet. And my good friend was the singer in the band, and I sang on their second record, and, you know, so I've known them for a long time. And so things like that, pretty, you know, obviously they're huge. They've evolved and re-evolved. I've also like, you know, sang with Aerosmith and Billy Ray Cyrus, and I toured with Kelly Clarkson like 15 years ago. Yes, I toured with Kelly Clarkson. I enjoyed that. Cool. Yeah. Tina Marie. I sang with Tina Marie.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. And then, I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah.
And now, recently, like I did a bunch of vocals for Fantastic Negrito. He's got 3 Grammys, and he's a friend of mine. And Vintage Trouble, which is another band, they're friends of mine. So, you know, it's all valid. Sometimes the biggest, most famous people is not always the best or the most exciting. But, you know, the Oscars, you know, Carrie Underwood's Christmas special, you know, all the TV shows all over the world, you know. A lot of cool stuff. Recording, albums, performances. There's a lot of stories. It's hard because, you know, people sometimes they ask me like, what was your biggest highlight? What was the most? And I'm like, it's really funny because it's not, the answer is not always what you expect. It could be, it may not be that superstar that is like the most amazing gig to you or the most amazing experience to you. It could be something that was just smaller, more meaningful. And it's that questions come up a lot because, you know, I've been promoted by EP, and there's always that question, like, what was your big highlight? And I just feel like I've had so many that have been so impactful for different reasons, you know. But clearly, I mean, listen, you know, most people definitely know me from the Enrique Iglesias gig, have done that off and on for 19 years. Toured the world with him, 90 countries, the biggest stages, multiple times. I mean, he is absolutely 100% made some of the biggest impact in my life.
I don't know if we can talk about this, so tell me no, John, we can't talk about this, or
we'll bring it up, and then I'm gonna be like,
right.
Hey, wait, what? No, can I pass on here?
Yeah, go for it. Be you. I want you to be you. So there was a situation in one of the performances that happened in a certain country that the police, I believe, were called in. Can you talk about that or no?
Yes, I can totally talk about this. And it's good to talk about this because I also want to say that it is now different there. We played,
it is.
It's evolved a little bit there. we played Dubai, my first time in Dubai, I want to say like 2005. When Dubai it was just becoming Dubai. Like,
Yeah.
it was just kind of becoming the Dubai as we know it now. People were starting to go there for jobs, and there was more people moving there, and they were definitely building up the city. The government was building up the city to make it a destination point. That is what happened. Supposedly they thought they were going to run out of oil, and they were trying to make this a destination city, and they did, and they have, and it is a destination city. It's a great place. Yeah. So, you know, back in Dubai, you know, Enrique and I we would sing this Whitney Houston duet, and we would just be all over each other and just like, you know, right. So in that country, just, you know, it's not really customary and accepted for, it's not really customary in that country for men and women to be touching each other like that unless you're a couple or you're married. Yeah. And things are very different there now. I mean, it's just it's very different. But, you know, he and I get off stage, and the manager was like, "You two, get in the car now." I'm like, why? He's like, "Just go." And I'm like, "Just go. Don't ask." So Enrique and I run into this car because apparently, you know, we were doing our duet, and it was it's the kind of thing where. And this is just, it's not even necessarily his fault or management's fault. I mean, now I know when I'm going to certain parts of the world, what is accepted and what's customary. It was just our first time there, and we just didn't know. But yes, the police were after us for touching, being affectionate.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. Yeah. So, you know, we've played Dubai many times since then. And I remember we toned everything down for a while, because Enrique is very big in the Middle East. He's a huge artist there. Yeah. And I would be like, "You better not come near me, motherfucker. I swear to God, you better stay way over there. Don't make me." No. You go. Arrested over this shit anymore. No.
Oh
serious.
My God.
I'm like, and I remember changing my attire a little bit. You know, certain places, India, certain places, you just kind of. So that was.
You adjust to it.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But now it's very different in Dubai. Dubai is Dubai.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, I mean,
well, listen.
The last time I was in Dubai, I'd love to share this story.
Yeah, go for it.
Hasna's laughing. Hey,
I know.
Hasna, did I tell you this story? Okay, keep listening, Mama. So I haven't been to Dubai in probably like 4 or 5 years now. It's been a while, and I have some friends out there as well. But we played Dubai maybe 4 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know. We get to our hotel, and there seems to be like a club, just like it's loud, it's bumping. Like, we're like, "What's going on?" And so the front desk is like, "Well, there's some kind of club tonight at our hotel." And apparently, because this is a gay club, and I'm pretty sure being gay out there is illegal, and there is like a rotating gay club. Like, you never know where it's going to be. You get an email, and people just show up. And so I was like, wow, like this is huge in Dubai.
Yeah.
So I said to my colleagues, I said, "We're going." I'm not gay, and you don't have to be gay. It doesn't matter. Right. I was just so excited that that part of the world, people, you know. So I said to my colleagues, I said, "Listen, I'm 20 minutes. Drop your bags. We're going," because we partied until lobby call. And it was just great. It was great to see that evolution there, you know. So that was interesting. There's there's a lot of stories. I mean, I know some of your other people that you've interviewed. I'm sure I know of some of the people you got on your podcast and some of the stuff you're doing. So I can only imagine what their stories are like as well.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's cool that you have really, I mean, you were almost a pioneer, and you're almost a pioneer there with the music that you know we have here in America that we export out that way. You really are. You really are. How did
Wow.
that, yeah, I mean, how does that make you feel? Like you were one of the first that really took what, American performance out there, and you may have, got a little bit of a,
It's true. And
you know,
it is true. I mean, I love it. I
yeah,
love that. Like we were in Saudi Arabia a few years ago. We were the first. They were doing a music festival, and like, I mean, it's not written anywhere, but I was like, because technically, I'm like the first American woman to have ever been on stage in Saudi Arabia.
wow,
Like,
that's
a
amazing.
Western woman, like a woman,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
It's not written anywhere, but it was a festival, and the Black Eyed Peas were playing one night. David Guetta was playing the next night. We were playing the first night. That was an exhilarating experience, you know. And
yeah,
now they're trying to open up Saudi Arabia. You know, I don't know. I'm really, really, really grateful. I mean, I love the fact that I've got all of these things that I can pull from my memories, and you know, I can
yeah,
remember the smell and what they were like, and
yeah,
I love having all of that like in my treasure box, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would you say that like visiting all these places, touring, doing all the tours that you've done, performing with the artists that you've performed with, has that now developed the sound, and now, segueing into this, that you've developed for your own music, for your own projects? And while we're on it, where can people find your music right now?
Okay. Well, let me answer the first question first,
Okay.
because the truth is I'm a chameleon. And that's why I've been
Mm,
able to work in
yeah.
several different genres and with so many different artists, because I'm multi-ethnic kid, grew up in a multiracial household where they encouraged us to be individuals. I liked everything. I sing in different languages. I like rock. I like jazz. I like salsa. I like
Yeah.
R&B,
Yeah.
gospel, you
Yeah.
know, and then I would listen to, you know, I loved opera as a kid. So I am a chameleon. And that's one of the reasons why I've been able to enter. Oh, I'm going to record tonight with Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. Oh, I'm going to go record with Billy Ray Cyrus. I'm going to go do the Enrique thing and sing bilingually all night. And oh, I got contracted to sing in this movie in Italian. Why did they call me? Because they know I can sing in Spanish. So they figured
Oh,
she can probably do
wow.
it. You
Yeah.
know, so I have been very good at reading the room, knowing what they're looking for, and molding into what they need. So
Mm,
in some ways, um, all of the experiences that I have, they have
yeah.
influenced my music. More importantly, I would say that touring and all the stuff and all of these experiences, sessions, movies, and other artists, is I've learned how to be disciplined, and when it's time to work, you work.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
can't say that they've all influenced my sound, because that's the interesting thing. Like, yeah, I'm have a little bit of Latin blood in me, but I'm not a Latin artist.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a
Yeah.
Latin artist. I love R&B. I like gospel. I like, you know what I mean? I'm just not
Yeah.
at my
Yeah.
heart. So the first question is, I would say kind of no. Like, it hasn't really affected my sound, but
Yeah.
it's helped me with my discipline. Like knowing,
Hmm.
oh, this is what it takes. You know,
Yeah.
because we were talking a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about friends who were in Dubai, I think
Yeah.
singing, performing with another major artist.
Yeah.
And I mean, that flight is a bitch.
Oh
And you were,
gosh,
I
yes.
remember being in Abu Dhabi, and we were doing Formula One.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, I just couldn't get my voice to open up. I was so jet
Yeah.
lagged. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, I got, like, what am I going to do? So I remember I got it. I got it. I was just so jet lagged. I was so dehydrated. It's so hard.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
said, Lord Jane, go down to the gym, get on that treadmill, run for 30 minutes, run. And then I
Yeah.
went to the steam room and I was just warming up. And then finally, I just, you know, so disciplined, knowing what
Mm.
you have to do and how to do it. And then, yes, oh my God, y'all, I got a new EP.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Let's talk
um,
about that. We got to talk about that.
yeah, thank you.
Yes.
I have a new EP. It's kind of unexpected, mainly because it's something that I wrote and created really in the thick of the first lockdown in 2020, like summer of 2020, when it was just like dark and crazy and it felt like apocalypse everywhere. And I was home. I've never sat that still in 20 years. I'm always working. And so I just started writing songs with my neighbor, who's just a friend. He's a producer. And he said, hey, how about if I send you some tracks? No, so, um, and I was like, yeah. And I mean, of course, I was learning how to produce and got my studio up for the first time. I'd never produced my own vocals. So the reason why I say this EP was unexpected is because I really had no expectations. I didn't ask him to do anything. I didn't say, hey, let's do this. He sent me stuff. I wrote some stuff and I sent it back. I did whatever he wanted and he did whatever he let me do whatever I wanted and he did whatever he wanted. Yeah. So and then we just started finishing it and I was like, wow. It's like, this is kind of dope. It's very different from me. It's very electronic. It's very produced. It's kind of dreamy. And I put a ton of background vocal. Like I had so much time in that studio in that summer. I was like, let me like just do like 65 tracks. Like seriously, I had so many layers of so many vocals. So it's just the sound, it's just very different. And ironically, lyrically, the thing that does stand out and one of the reasons why I wanted to release it is because the lyrics really were about spiritual survival. Like I just felt so sad that summer and I was like, how are we going to move on? And I felt like I just had to dig so deep within me to just survive. You know, all the gigs were canceled and like, it was just such a scary time. I mean, it still is, but that was a really dark time. So I just, when we finished one song and I was like, I kind of like this. I was like, this is kind of, it hit me in a way. And so I played it for a couple of people, some people that I respect, songwriters, and a couple of industry people, not like a lot, like 3 people that would tell me the truth, who also have Grammys and Oscars and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. And they were like, this is dope. Yeah. I was like, really? And so I was like, I think I'm going to release it. So I say it's an unexpected project, and you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Weep Willow is the name of the EP. It's an EP, and Weep Willow is basically about a woman crying, trying to find the strength to get back up, and that's me. Weep Willow is me. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm making myself cry telling the story.
Right. I've listened. That's the song that I hear probably the most. So I would say that's the one that I'm most attached to right now because I need to spend more time with the others as well. But that song, I have caught myself. I'm walking down the hallway, you know, from where I live, or I'm just in the mall, or I'm just somewhere, and all of a sudden, I just start hearing the melody of the chorus, and it just comes out, and I'm like, okay, that song did its job because it's embedded in this brain right here.
I'm really glad you shared that with me because it's putting yourself out there. It's hard. It's scary. Yeah. It's scary. And you're like, well, I hope people like it. What am I No, but I mean, we're artists. I mean, yes, there are moments when I feel sure about things, but we're artists. We're sensitive. We're artists. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm actually looking for it so I can play it in the background. I'll find it. Yeah. Yeah. So tell us. I know you created that during 2020. When it comes to now the production side of music, let's gear this towards singers out there right now who are, I don't know what to do. I want to do an album. I want to do a song, and I don't know how to get started. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. What is step number 1 for you in creating music?
Right. Well, I think number one, if people want to write songs, there's like, let's just say you're a singer and you
Mm.
don't play any instrument, and maybe you don't even know anybody that plays anything. Guess what Laura Jane does all day? Da, 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 da. I have melody ideas, or I'll sing a phrase, or I'll have a
Yeah.
lyric that comes to mind. And I mean, almost every day. I mean, definitely every week. Let's say every week, because actually today I don't think I did, but I'll record these little melodies in my phone, right? From there, the thing is that's amazing about what is so available to this generation with the internet. Is like there's so much available in terms of, you know, garage bands. Like if I had been like learning how to use GarageBand, or you know, recording your little melody in GarageBand, learning how to maybe even produce your own beats in there, stuff like that is so accessible to young people now.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the other thing is, you know, call a buddy. Maybe you do know a guitar player. Maybe you do know a piano player, and say, hey,
Yeah.
I got this idea, and just take a risk and just try
Yeah. Yeah.
and just
Absolutely.
open that door.
Yeah.
Just, I think just the first step is just trying
Yeah.
and saying, listen, I have
Yeah.
an idea, and honor your ideas. Your ideas are
Yeah.
your ideas.
Yeah.
You know, and hey, the thing that's interesting about collaborating with people is can be a beautiful partnership when you
Yeah.
find chemistry and trust and, you know, ideas bouncing on that beautiful tango that happens when you are
Yeah.
writing with someone. I love writing with people. I love
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
love ideas. I love creative juices and input.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's so many ways to start, and there's so much more accessible. There's so many more
Yeah.
things accessible to, like Doja Cat. Doja Cat, right? Big star, hip hop star. She's
Yeah.
talented. She
Yeah.
was like, I would just, you know, she started producing her own tracks. You
Yeah.
know, I mean,
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, some of the popular female artists out like right now are like next level.
Yeah. I'm killing it.
They
Yeah.
they write their own stuff. They produce their own stuff. The ideas come from them, and then they
Yeah.
take their ideas to someone else. It wasn't like that, you know, because they have the accessibility.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's so much
Yeah.
at people's
Yeah.
fingertips. Yeah.
I have to take advantage of what you're saying right now, because that right there, that precisely right there is exactly why we're building what we're building, as far as this technology and the accessibility that people will have. One thing, guys, I'm going to tell you, like, this app, when it comes out, we want you guys to go and build your profiles. And it's for I'll be honest, like for us, it's a little tedious because you get to put in all of your information, but that's how you get found. And you get found based on your specific genre. You get found based on, you know, and it's not just music, it's everything. If you're a hair person, makeup person, if
Right.
you're a singer, if you're an actor, like any creative, you're able to go in and create a profile, and you want to be as detailed as possible, because when Laura Jane is needing a photographer in Milwaukee, and her photographer got sick on her and she needs to find one now, she's able to
Mesh.
log on to Mesh
You're gonna
and
be like
find the nearest
Mesh.
photographer. Yes, and you're able to get there so you guys can mesh and make that happen. That's exactly what it is. So we're trying to, like, everything that we're doing is really giving you a space to make it easier for you to be able to connect with other artists, with other creatives, and the crew and crews and
Yeah.
producers, and like just people from, you know, people that we need.
Yeah.
So that's why
It
it's
takes a village, and now, especially
yep.
because music is so many things, you know, um, it takes a village. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm producing my EP release party coming up, which is private, invite only. Sorry, you know, I was trying to, like, you know, I can't invite everybody. Oh, yeah. No, actually, I'm doing it private because of COVID.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Yeah.
But today I was like, oh yeah, I need a sound guy. You know, how do I know I need a sound guy? Because
Yeah.
I've been doing this forever. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, you know. So I'm calling around.
Yeah.
We need a sound guy, and I need the video. I need this person. I need, you know,
Yeah.
you need all your creatives, and
Yeah.
they're all creative people who
Yeah.
help bring the vision to life.
Yeah.
No.
And for somebody like you, like you've got your community, you've got your people, you know who you can call, but there are people that are just wanting to get in or kind of midway, and they don't have
Yeah.
the Laura Jane connection. So this is what you can do to be able to get connected, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you'll be able to find your community and get connected with them.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this app. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're all excited.
It's really going to be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for you, and I think it's going to serve the community well.
You want to hear this really quick?
Huh?
You want to hear this really quick?
Sure. What we going to listen to, Bo?
Yeah. Mental skills and she was strong. And the reason now she's falling down. When she up, she sees. Precious food and things. It's crucial that you feel. She's in strength, I am beauty. So good.
Thank you for playing that.
So good.
It's so funny because as I'm prepping for my EP release party,
yeah.
like every day I'm trying to practice those songs. I've never sung them live.
Yeah.
So that's something.
Yeah, it is. It is. So are you doing the track, or are you gonna get a band for that?
We're gonna be using a lot of the tracks. The music is so electronic, it's gonna lose its essence. But there's gonna be a band, just a small band, tracks and background singers, and yeah, I'm really excited. It's a big project. I'm producing it myself. So how do I know how to do that? From all of this experience, knowing what we need and all the pieces of the puzzle. Yeah, I'm excited about it. But it's I mean, like literally, John, like every day I try to spend like an hour and a half just practicing songs. I got to memorize them, because it's one thing to write stuff in the studio, but I just haven't sung them live yet. So I just trying to figure that out. But I got to practice. Yeah. Yeah. But it's exciting.
Yeah. So can I ask how many songs you're going to be doing that night, or are you doing them like what's it going to look like that night? Do you know yet?
I do. I mean, basically, since it's an EP release party, I'm really just singing the EP. The EP is only like 21 minutes, so it's probably going to be a 30-minute show. We're going to add a couple of little elements, maybe extend a thing or two.
Yeah.
To make.
Are you showing the videos?
At this point, we're not. It's not set up to. It's okay. It's okay. So it's just not set up to do that. But I'm going to video this, and I'm hoping I can stream this somewhere and, edit the little videos and put stuff on Instagram and social media and stuff like that. So it's a big job, but it's exciting.
Yeah. I'm not one to invite myself, but could Mesh come
you
and
coming.
Can we come in there? And, yes, ma'am. I want to be there. This is gonna be nice.
See?
It's gonna be nice.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
We'll be there. We'll be there. We'll post about it. I know we can't invite people, but we can show them.
Yeah, and it's just the whole COVID thing. It's just, just, I know everyone knows it's thrown such a monkey wrench in our lives. I'm like, how am I going to do this? What if things close again? Or what if this, I'm like, so this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm excited about it. I kind of like the fact that it's going this way, My good
Yeah.
friends will be there, some industry people. It's not even about industry people. It's just about having some love in the room and,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, just
Yeah.
launching the project.
Appreciation for art. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited, and Mesh is excited for that to take place. And yeah, we're whatever we can do to get behind it. Laura, let us know. We're
I
definitely here to
appreciate
do
that.
that. Yeah, we'll
So
push it.
Mesh is launching next week, right?
Hmm. Yes, it is launching next week. You know, it's crazy because we've been in development for a few years, but the idea has actually been here for a little over 10 years. So it's already been a thing that has been in the process, and it took this long to get us to this point. And we know we still have work to do, and we'll have work to do even once we
Yeah.
launch. We'll still have, things that we have to get done, and things that we need to work on. But for us, it's not just about the technology; it's about the community. It's the connection.
Right.
It's being able to come together, because it's one thing to do the collaboration, but you don't really have collaboration until you have trust between artists, between two creatives.
That's
And
true.
that's what we want to facilitate, like having that space to meet other creatives, because I think that is the hardest part, to make happen, is to meet people that you vibe with.
Yeah.
And you don't have to come out to LA, or you don't have to go to New York to make your dreams come true. You can do it right where you are, if you know that your next door neighbor 2 doors down is also doing the same thing that you're doing. And
Yeah.
that's what we want to, that's what we want to foster. That's what we want to push, is for people just to meet each other. And then it's cool because we are going to have in-person events that are going to be taking place, that we're going to invite our community, our Mesh community, out to. So we want you guys not to just download another app. We want you to make a decision to be a part of a community and grow together. I'm pretty sure you know who Issa Rae is, but
Oh my
she made
God.
that statement. She made this statement about 5 years ago, that I saw it. And she's like, we're in the trends that you tend to want to move to big cities to want to level up and meet people that are above you. And that's cool. But really the people that make things happen for you are the people that you're in the trenches with. And that's what this is. We're carving out that trench so you can come into this place with other creatives, so that you guys can meet, connect, and then from there, everybody's a success after that, Just
Yeah.
being able to do what we're doing. Like, just the fact that
Yeah.
you and I get to sit here and have this conversation, it's success. We're able to do this, and that's what I'm happy about. So, thank you. Thank you for today, for taking this time, but really
Thank
thank
you.
you
I'm
for your
so excited.
career.
Thank
You know?
you. I'm honored. I'm honored to, and I want to help Mesh. I want to help, help
Yeah.
Mesh create that community and ignite that fire,
Yeah.
build those
Well, we thank you.
partnerships. So I'm really proud of you. And I know that you've been working on it for a long time. And I also know your background as well. And I know, your passion, your first passion as well. So
Yeah.
it's exciting. It's exciting, and I'm very honored. I was really excited.
Thank you.
I was like, yesterday when I got your text, I was like, oh boo, I wasn't on Instagram at that time.
Yeah, no. It's funny. Like, I'm super. When it comes to, like, when you're working on stuff, or if you're in your zone, I'm not messing with you. Like, we can connect. We can do
Right.
this IG live after you've done your creative process, because I respect that. Wholeheartedly, I respect that. Obviously, I do. And like I said, anything that we can do for you, please let us know. We're here for you.
Thank you
And
so
we're
much.
here for this all day long.
And for any of the people that are tuning in, or anyone that does watch it, just remember, chase your dreams. If you're not living your passion, you're not living. You're just not. And if you are a young artist and you're listening right now, this is the truth.
Excuse me.
You're going to have to work for the rest of your life. So do something that makes you happy. Believe in yourself and do something that makes you happy.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to tap into that. Otherwise, you're not living.
Yeah. Marshall is asking, is Laura performing in LA anytime coming up?
I will keep you posted. There has actually been a couple cancellations this next couple of weeks. Everyone's kind of laying low. I have a couple things pending in February, and as soon as I know that those can happen, I will definitely be posting. I'm dying to get back out and do some stuff in LA for sure. So it's coming. It's coming very soon. Yeah.
Good. We can't wait till it does.
Hey. Hey.
Laura, so one more thing, one more question, and then we'll go ahead and close it. But someone again who is like, I want to be Laura Jane. I want to do what Laura Jane does, and they just don't know what to do. What is a word of advice, a word of encouragement you can give to that person?
Okay. Well, first of all, let's just take, for instance, let's say you're a young artist and you want to sing. You want to sing. When I was growing up, the first thing, my parents put me in a choir. I sang in church. I sang in school choir, community choir. I did plays. Reach out to the people that you know that is already your community. And you know what? I have a young artist. She's 11. She's taking voice from me, and she just loves to sing. And someone referred me, and she actually she hit me up on Instagram recently. I was teaching her last year, and you know, after I got off the tour with Enrique, I was kind of decompressing and kind of getting myself together. And she was like, "I want to take voice lessons again." So she wants to learn, study. If you want to be an actor, it's actually a craft. It's not just looking cute and being fine on camera. It's actually a craft. Study, take an acting class. Ask, how can I take a singing class? Wow, I really do want to learn how to, you know, maybe run GarageBand and produce, you know, take an online class, you know, ask somebody in your community. So reach out to the people that are around you and study, learn, have the discipline to you know, continue on with that, and take it from there. You just never know what doors will open from there, you know. Take an acting class, take a dance class, and then someone may say, hey, you know, you should audition for this, or have you heard about this? I have another young artist. She's in Texas, actually. She's in San Antonio, and her teacher nominated her for this program in New York. And, you know, things like that, you know, just go for it. Try it, you know, just try it.
Invest in yourself a little, I think, and take that leap. It is a leap. And like I said, every single creative out there is an entrepreneur, and you're creating your own business, your brand. You are your own business.
Right.
So take that leap of faith, and don't be scared. Just go out there and do it.
That's right. Have faith. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Literally, this was awesome. Like, you have so much to say. I'm sure we could go another hour.
I'm sure we could go another hour too. And to everyone who joined in, it's really nice I'm looking at some of the names and people that wave. Thank you so much for listening and joining in, and spread the word about Mesh, and let's get this baby launched. Let's get it.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you, darling.
All right. You guys have a good night. Thank you so much. And until next time. Peace out.
Until next time. Mwah. Ciao, baby.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Welcome to Mesh.